The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Fantasy. Get up to 1K in a buzz match for $7 Fantasy with promo code SGPN or our promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome everybody to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It is currently Wednesday morning, July 30th, around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm your host, Reichel, once again joined by Adam Roseberg together to break down the props that we have for the Wednesday card. A lot of day games going on, so once again, don't forget to get your bets in early. But either way, Adam, how's it going with you? What's up?
It's good. I was just looking at kind of the pack. I had to go to Boston later to go in the city to go to some event.
I believe it's pronounced Boston.
I'm not enthused about it, but
Okay.
Anyway, I was just looking. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get anything in later. So, yep, I'm good. We hit on my biggest play last week. We hit on that we hit on the Son Kim
2 strikeouts.
Case, and then he promptly went on the disabled list. I think he just came back from the disabled list too.
He never stood a chance. He got destroyed that entire outing. So shout out to Ohtani though, who ended up striking out 4 times yesterday.
Sombrero, we had him in a couple parlays, but the other things didn't come through. But yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Besides that though, Yankees won a game, which was nice. Toronto lost both games to Baltimore, so that was kind of interesting. But we'll see what happens for the actual slate today. It should be fun. But either way, I do want to. I don't know. Should we take a victory lap for the off-season bet, and then the guy got caught gambling, or do we save that?
Already.
Well, I'm just saying it's always fun to. Just...
How many Ks does he have?
He has 47, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, we won.
He's guaranteed to miss at least a month for Class A, but he's going to be out indefinitely.
He won, so. And then he's probably getting shut down because he has years left, so like they could trade him. They're not gonna waste innings on him. That's.
No, but shout out to Colossae for throwing a first pitch ball. So there you go. Him and Ortiz ended up kind of trying to pad their own bank accounts by throwing first pitch balls. And unfortunately, it's not 2015 anymore. So people who investigate gambling actually know what that market is. So yeah, it didn't work out. But either way, point is the Guardians now might be screwed. We'll see what happens moving forward. They're probably going to trade some pieces away. Do want to ask you, though, because the trade deadline is going to be in about a day or so, and this is the last episode we have before the trade deadline happens. So I'm going to ask you, just kind of putting you on the spot here, who's one guy that you think has a 100% chance of getting traded?
Gino Suarez.
Okay. Even though he got hit by the pitch because the X-rays came back negative.
He's the leads the league in RBIs, and he's available. It's just.
You want to predict a potential landing spot for Gino?
Yeah, I think he ends up on the Cubs.
The Cubs? Okay.
Yes.
I was not expecting you to say the Cubs there.
I think he ends up on the Cubs. Have a lot of prospects that they can move. And
Shaw has not worked out this year at third base, so
he's not. I think he's still. I don't think that's gonna. I mean, he will be maybe later, but like it hasn't. Even if they can platoon Gino. It's pretty helpful. They're gonna hopefully win that division, so they'll host playoff games. So, yeah, I would have to say I'd say the Cubs. The Cubs have a lot of pieces that they can move, and they seem to be pretty all in. So,
well, it should be. It has not been a great start to the series for them against Milwaukee. So then maybe they look for another bat for the push. But
yeah. I mean, I'm also just like, I mean, people are just like, oh, I mean, I know everyone's shipping. They're gonna spend on both sides. I see Jacob talking. They're gonna spend on pitching. But they also need a third baseman. I think he goes there. But look, the thing is like, if I was a Brewers fan, Trevor, I'd be very worried that my team has not had its summer slump. You want a summer slump at some point because the worst spot, like the Phillies last year, are a great example of like they got super hot and then they were like dead. So you want to have that. You don't want to peak early. Speaking of trade deadline, I'll put you on the spot. You want to do my pod tomorrow to do trade deadline reaction tomorrow night?
Should be fine.
All right, cool. Done. Then there you go. We'll get more takes from you tomorrow.
Cool. Sounds good to me. I do want to point out, by the way, some news that did happen yesterday. Not really a surprise because it happens almost every year. But Acuna's injured again. and I don't know if he's going to play the rest of the season. So we'll see what happens for Acuna. But
yeah, I
either
don't
way,
know. I mean, they might treat it like it's sort of like a rehab thing, so he might still play.
I saw he was in a boot, so we'll see how long he's going to be out for. But it's also a matter of the Braves being completely dead. I wonder if they potentially just shut him down instead of trying to force him to come back, because they were falling apart already. Then they make moves for Fetty and Carrasco. This team's not trying to do anything. Like, they might just blow up the entire team. So,
well, it's weird because it's like they're trying to get guys that can eat some innings so that they can throw out the younger guys. But
oh no, I get it. I'm just
mess.
saying, like, they're clearly going for some type of pivot process where they might be trading away some starters potentially. But Acuna being out, I'm not sure he plays again for the rest of the season because they have nothing to play for the rest of the season. So I wanted to mention that too.
It's also, they said it was his Achilles.
Yeah,
which
they're going to be extra careful with him.
Super careful.
I
agree with that. Get ready for wait. Is Verdugo still on the team?
No, I believe they cut him. They cut
Michael
him
Harris. Then get ready for Michael Harris, baby.
Well, that was my point, though, is that we know the Diamondbacks have been the main seller so far, and they've already started the fire sale. We'll see what more they do with Suarez and Gallen. Keep an eye on it for Atlanta. Atlanta with the Acuna injury might also start aggressively nuking people on the team.
They're not going to trade. They said they're not going to trade Sean Murphy, and that contract's kind of big. So like,
they gave out a lot of big contracts over the years.
Well, they also got guys to go. I mean, guys gave up money on market. Like,
yeah,
Michael Harris. Michael Harris, by the way, having a down year. Michael Harris is very good.
He's a solid player.
He was rookie of the year against a guy on his own team. At batting ninth. He's great. He's having a terrible year. Ozuna's gone, but I think Ozuna stinks.
Unfortunately, I faded him last outing, and he had a home run. So I don't want to. It is what it is. But just wanted to mention it because Atlanta could be a team that starts trading away pieces that you can kind of expect, but then once it happens, are going to feel a certain surprise to it. Mainly because of how quickly their projected dynasty fell apart after winning a random title. But yes,
did it. They won a title in a shortened year.
Correct. It wasn't like Dodgers bubble, but it was still a title nonetheless.
No, it was not Dodgers. You mean the Dodgers one that they won in Texas?
Yes, against the Rays. Yes.
Against the Rays, yeah. Weird.
Either way, I wanted to mention that once again, you're going to have some trade deadline stuff happening over the next day or so. So expect some guys to get pulled early. Expect some random trades to happen. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, before we get into any of the props that we have for the show, a reminder that we do have a great new large amount of content with Sports Gambling Podcast because they're bringing back 32 NFL team previews. They're also bringing back the phrase that pays. Each episode, they'll give out a word of a 32-word phrase. Submit the phrase for a chance to win a $1,000 circa future. So, Adam, I'll let you go first as always. What's going to be your first prop for the Wednesday card?
All right. Well, did you check the news today?
Well, I did because you sent it to me last night. So I was given live text updates of the news.
You always get live. You get live text updates when I go to the bathroom.
Well, it's the fun joke that we have is the fact that I don't know if it's because we do 3 shows a week or just based on how it's spaced out. He's always pitching when we record a show.
It works really well for us.
I know it does. I'm saying every time we do a show, he's pitching.
No, it's fantastic. Anyway, well, the news is that Great Britain, the country made up of smaller.
Some would argue the UK, but yes.
Some would argue the UK, yeah. UK, yeah. Is going to recognize Palestine, which we had this as a cap before because France is going to do the same thing. So that is right. I see Bill's Mafia DJ 92. The Iron Dome cap is live today. We expect Dean Kramer to be a little distracted with the news that the Brits are going to be recognizing Palestine. So we're going to be taking his under outs. They also, if you want, for those of you that tune in and are just like, I don't want to hear this Zionist bullshit. That's fine. Here's some real data to back it. They're off a doubleheader. They have off tomorrow. Kramer's under in 7 of 10 games on a day. They didn't use a lot of guys yesterday. They planned around their pitching. Kramer's actually under, has not really done well in his last 2 starts. He's kind of labored against Toronto. And he's under in 7 of 10 day games, and that game starts in like an hour. So we're going to do under. If you look at, let me see, he's also under in both of his previous meetings against Toronto, 13 and 16. So we're going to do that. Under 17.5 outs, Dean Kramer to not finish 6 innings.
Yeah, once again, we ended up fading Kramer when France made the same announcement, and the Rockies kicked his ass. So we'll see what happens. But
yeah,
it's a good spot in general, too. I think that Toronto, I don't want to say it's a must-win game because they're still in first place of the division, but it would be a pretty rough sweep to give up after you ended up having that massive heater. You beat the Yankees in a series, you beat Detroit in a series, and then you immediately just get buried by Baltimore. It would be a solid, I don't want to say get-right spot, but I think it's an important game for Toronto.
It's a really important game for Toronto. You're gonna get 4-game sweep of the O's. Like that's when you're
even the Yankees without Judge, they've been okay against Tampa.
They've been okay. Yeah, that's you can't do that. I see someone asking in the chat, why can't you just answer the question? I don't know. I think he's alluding to me making jokes, but that's because I make jokes.
I don't know if he was talking to you. I thought he was talking to somebody else. I couldn't.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know who asked the question.
I don't know.
Either way, like fight. All right, let's go.
All right. So once again, what do you say the odds were on the 17 now?
-105.
Okay, there we go. So for my first play, I'm going to go with Luis Robert. Actually, I'm going to go with the over 1.5 HRR. He's been very good lately. He's had at least 2 HRR in 8 of the last 9. You have Walker pitching for Philly. Last 2 starts, he's been really bad. 9 2/3 innings pitched, 15 hits allowed in classic Taiwan fashion, with 5 home runs allowed. So the White Sox offense, I think, can do some damage here. Robert, though, has been very good. He's definitely auditioning, trying to get good teams to be interested in him. Maybe he'll have an Andrew Vaughn situation in Milwaukee. But the point is, Luis Robert's been very good. Walker, I know, had a little bit of a decent run, I'd say, over the last couple weeks. But
yeah, he just can't go length. He's just
the last 2 outings, he's giving up so much hard contact that I think it's a great spot for Robert. He does anyway, but the 5 home runs in 2 starts is alarming, and Robert's been hot. I believe I looked it up. His last 55 plate appearances, a .312 batting average with 4 home runs. So he's been really good recently. So
yeah, maybe he might be actually getting traded to the team that he's playing.
I'm saying he might have been provided a spark once he heard he can finally get out of Chicago. So I like how he's playing. I'll fade Taiwan Walker, and he's been pretty good at home. So give me Luis Robert over 1.5 HRR.
I like that a lot. The only thing I see that would prevent this is him frankly not playing, like because he got traded to that.
Yeah, I get it, but you're
which actually with that. Hold on, wait, time out. So if he gets traded
mid-game or before the
Phillies, game? Let's say he gets traded before the game, and then they give him a jersey. So Anthony Dominguez got traded in the middle of the game and went.
Yes, they had an upside down 8 as his jersey number on the back.
Right. So like if he does, is this place still live?
No, it would void. He's on a different team. That wouldn't.
I guess you're right. All right.
Because he needs to be in the lineup for one team. Playing for Team B doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he's still playing, but yeah, I guess you're right.
Correct, but he's playing for a different team. So we'll see what happens. I'm assuming he will, if I had to guess, probably not get traded before the game because it's at 2 o'clock.
That wouldn't make sense.
It's at 2 o'clock. It's a pretty early game. So I'll go with Robert there. I think that it's a good spot. So we'll go from there. Anyway, what's going to be your second prop for the show?
My second prop is a future fan of the pod, James Wood. Ooh, piece of candy, James Wood. Ooh, piece of candy.
I forgot what happened. He struck out, 20 of his last 30 plate appearances?
You saw me commenting on Danny Smith. Yeah.
I'm saying, what is it, 20 of 30?
It's 20, yeah, 20th. Well, it's in his last 30 against right-handed pitching. It's he has a 50% K rate in his last 30 plate appearances.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's absurd.
Can we
40% called strike whiff rate, which is obnoxiously bad.
I'm going to ask, for the sake of narratives, can we blame it on the home run derby, or we can't even blame it on the home run derby?
He didn't look comfortable in that home run derby either.
I don't know if the strikeout stuff happened before the home run derby though, and it just carried
he was kind of sliding into.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think you can really make that type of conclusion, but some
people but he's like cliffed.
He's been
like
bad.
He needs a day off.
Really bad, yeah.
Like really bad. Anyway, I don't even care what Ryan Gusto can throw. I don't care if he has any gusto. I'm taking this. It's -120. It's basically becoming an auto bet. We know he's getting 9 at bats because they're the road team. 2 guys on that. All we need is 2 guys on that Houston team to strike him out, or 1 guy to strike him out twice.
He had no reason to say no. Guy striking out like Serrano in Major League. You can't hit a curveball. So we'll see what happens. But Gusto's a guy who I've mentioned many times on the show. It's ironic because he stinks. He might have to change his last name. But he's really bad, in my opinion. But either way, a point is I can still get behind it because Wood has been he's been one of the worst hitters in the league for the last couple of weeks.
Him and Martin Maldonado.
Maldonado's got a hit in 4 of the last 5. Watch out.
Yeah,
you know who also has a hit in 4 of the last 5?
Who?
Austin Hedges. For some reason, he has a hit in 4 of the last 5. So, yeah, the bad catchers are kind of heating up right now. Not James Wood. James Wood's not doing anything right now besides striking out. So, I can get behind that too. What were the odds you said for that?
Minus 120.
It makes sense. It's finally minus money, but it's still a good play.
Yeah, we gotta do it. You got to do it. You got to do it until you can't.
Yeah. It's one thing to slump. It's another thing to slump when you're cosplaying as Joey Gallo.
Danny Smith just said the same thing. He just said he can't be Joey. Why is he Joey Gallo right now?
Yeah, pretty much. So I can get behind that. And he has been reminding me a lot of Joey Gallo. Not in a good way. Anyway, shout out to the pitcher, Joey Gallo. Anyway, before we move on into the remainder of the slate for us with our props, reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is MyBookie.ag. Whose bookie?
My bookie.
So my bookie is a place for every sport. They have the baseball cards. They have WNBA. They have golf. They have, of course, football futures, tennis, you name it. They're also available on a ton of locations. Use crypto for fast payouts and use Deposit Santo for an account. Use the code SGPN to get 100% of match up to 1K. Term conditions, the G promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because they have power trends, which are the best of the best for what the house model has to offer, which has been cooking lately, for the record.
Yes.
But for power trends, they're updated every day on Rhythm. So once again, check it out there. MLB win rate is 63%. WNBA is 35-20 since launch. To be honest, those numbers might be a bit outdated. The win rate's probably higher than 63%. We've been going crazy on power trends for the last week and a half.
Scott doesn't endorse anything, and like the fact.
No, we've been going absolutely nuts on power trends. Like,
yeah.
The hit rate's probably north of 70% the last 2 weeks. We've been going absolutely crazy. Anyway, a point is download the app, check out Power Trends, start operating smarter, and we also have a free trial for a week with the platform. If you want to give it a try, go to sportscampus.com/rhythm to get your 7-day free trial.
The baseball stuff for them, the WNBA ones are just cooking. So, like, guys,
WNBA has been crazy. I know they went 2-1 last night.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that if you go at different times of the day, there's more of them.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. So I had like 5, and I went like 4-1.
Yeah,
but like, and I'm also going double downing on like our locals because like Blue Button has all of these too.
Yeah.
So I'm just
they were missing Hayes, which ironically was the only one that lost. But
was the only one that lost. Well, her assist didn't win.
She had 5 in the end.
Oh no, she had, but her PA
Burton went under the assist.
Burton went under. That's right. Yeah, Burton. Yeah. But anyway, the MLB had kind of hit like a thing, but then it like recharged, and I've been basically taking anybody who's like under 2.5 hits and kind of parlaying them, and then their pitcher stuff's been good. We like, and they've a lot of ones that are walks. It's a lot of stuff that we like too. It's just like it's a good way if you're like very busy to get.
They just give you plays.
They just give you good plays.
But WNBA has been really good. So I wanted to mention that for the power trends.
Yep. Okay. I'm just seeing which ones I have today. I have Courtney Williams over 6.5 assists.
Okay, so that one. Wait, that one I checked this morning. A couple of them were gone. So you took those last night.
I took them last night, and I took JJ Quinterly. I'm always going to take more, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first couple props that we have for the show. Time to move on into the remainder of the props that we have. Adam, what's going to be? Or sorry, it's my turn actually. For my second prop, I'm going to go to Manny Machado. I'm going to go with the over 1.5 bases at plus 105. He's been really good lately. He's had at least 2 bases in 7 straight. He's also been very good against the Mets. He's had at least 2 bases in 4 of his last 5 games against the Mets. And most importantly, Clay Holmes has really not been great recently when it comes to his strikeout stuff, and the hard contact has been growing. Over his last 5 starts, he has a 45.2% hard hit rate. Not good. I do think he's giving up a ton of hard contact. Machado's been great. I do think that he can get a double, couple singles, maybe a homer. But Holmes, he's giving up a lot of hard contact lately. and I think it's a good spot for Machado to potentially take him yard. But I'll go with the over 1.5 bases at plus 105 as my second play.
Cool. Yeah, I was just looking at him. Rhythm had liked him for the over his under hits. And I can't get there, but I'm looking at Rhythm stuff right now as I'm looking at some of the power trends. It's not the top one. The top one is one I agree with. Top one I definitely agree with. Actually, we'll probably put it in our
Which one is that?
Cal Quantrill under 5.5 hits. He's been awesome. So cool because it tells me, it's hit 63% of the time. It's 125 and 72 in a sample size of 197 when looking at these kind of parameters. But yeah, Clay Holmes is also Mets are also a really good DP target because of Holmes. But I have noticed we have a update on DPs, and I've noticed this is flagged to me yesterday, but the Green Book has stopped putting all of them up. So we got to see what's going to happen here. The end may be near on our DPs, which was quite a run.
We'll never get that AVN sponsorship.
I really think that. Oh wait, is it back up? Nope, never mind. It's back up. What? Nope, they're not. It ends at triples.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. I really want that AVN sponsorship. Working on it.
Well, either way, point is, my second play is going to be, as I said before, it's going to be on Machado over 1.5 bases at plus 105. So what's going to be your third and final prop?
Third final prop is Chris Paddock over 15.5 outs. It's a little bit juiced. It's minus 130, but I got some pretty good rationale for this. So
first start with the Tigers.
First start with the Tigers. First start with the Tigers. He only pitched. He only threw 78 pitches against the Dodgers. He had a Maddox. It was masterful. He only had 78 pitches. He usually throws about 100. The Tigers have guys going this weekend that need. This is the start where they need Paddock to kind of eat a little bit for them. Mize falling off a cliff yesterday and not lasting any sort of length was not helpful. So I anticipate that they're going to kind of push Paddock just to kind of do this one. He's at 111 innings pitched, but they just need him to do this. Detroit's got the fourth most bullpen innings since July 1st, or fourth most bullpen innings this year, and the second most since June 1st. So they need to give that bullpen a break.
Yeah. I like it.
Also,
anyway.
the D-backs look dead. They scored 2 runs.
That was my point. I was going to say.
I mean, that's the easy one. They scored 2 runs. We had both teams to 3, which should have cashed. There's a bit like
2 in the first inning.
They had bases loaded in the 7th. That absolutely should have cashed, but that team's dead.
Do you know how many runs the Diamondbacks scored in non-extra innings in their 3-game set against the Pirates?
No.
They scored 0 runs.
Everything was extra innings, so everything.
The one game they won was 1-0 in like the 11th inning. They didn't score the rest of the series.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm willing to just say that they put the white flag.
I've completely written that team off. They're another team that, like the Braves, is dead, and they know they're dead, and they have basically just packed it in. So
they're very much in Cancun mode or Scottsdale mode, whatever it is for them.
Whichever. It's rough for Arizona. Anyway, moving on to my final prop for the show. I'm going to go with a guy that has been linked to some trades. Maybe it's a hot take. I'm not sure they're going to actually trade him. I know that with the Clase news, they might be more likely to trade Kwan. I think Kwan would actually yield a decent trade package, and I'm not sure Cleveland's going to get
under contract next year.
That's my point. With him under contract, I'm not sure they're going to get the offer they want. Because Kwan's a great defensive player, great contact hitter. Imagine a rise if he could field. That's kind of the pitch.
I love Kwan.
I'm a big Kwan guy too.
Kwan's a madman.
My hot take, though, is that I don't think Kwan gets traded. Because I think that he's actually just not going to yield the package that the Guardians want, in my opinion. I think he's going to end up staying in Cleveland. But I'm going to go with his over half a run at minus 105. We know he gets on base all the damn time. He scored at least 1 run in 10 of his last 12. Freeland's pitching for Colorado. He's allowed at least 3 earned in 5 of his last 6 starts. He stinks. Doesn't really matter where he's pitching. But the point is, Kwan, I know for most runs props, you'd probably want plus money. But he's batting leadoff. He's a very good contact hitter. The Guardians' offense has been really solid lately, underratedly. And we know the Rockies can't pitch. So give me Kwan to have a solid game. I think he'll get on base at least one time, maybe a couple with a couple hits. But give me Kwon over half a run scored at -105. So that's my thoughts.
I was distracted by Nick Martinez home splits, but I agree with you on Kwon. Look, and if he gets traded, then it just voids, like you said.
It voids, yeah. But once again, I think Cleveland, we've seen it before because Bieber's still there. I know he's been injured. They're willing to hold out for a better trade package. We've seen this over the years. I don't see them settling, saying, we got to get rid of this guy because he's under contract. They could move him in the offseason. I think
yeah,
Kwon
they
stays
can, but
first.
but it's a seller's market right now. So
I get it. I just wonder if teams will be desperate enough to trade for Kwon. I don't know about that. I love Kwon a lot, but a lot of teams go after the shiny home run object. And that is not Kwon's game at all.
No,
I love Kwon. I'd love for him to be on my team. But I don't know if they're going to be getting the packages they're looking for Kwon.
Oh, man. I'm just sorry. I was also getting distracted by the fact that Mackenzie Gore is very bad right now.
Yes. That game might be an over. It's a separate story.
Yeah, well, I was just looking at rhythm. I was looking at rhythm power trends, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah. I know Gore's been pretty underwhelming.
They like his under. I think we're taking this. His under.
The problem is Houston can't hit right now, but
I don't know, man.
They were decent yesterday.
Well, here I'll show people the goods, but not that tab. That's my fun tab. Where is it? Handygrass. Done. Can you pop that up?
Yeah, we're segueing into. I mean, it's a little bit early for it
segueing into an unauthorized promotion.
This can count as miscellaneous, though.
It's fine. Sean lets me do it. It's fine. Yeah, dude. So this is their last 30 against lefties. I didn't know Zach Short was on this team. Cam Smith is killing lefties.
I don't think Zach Short knew he was on this team.
Yeah, God, this team is bad. Victor Carantini's on this team.
Oh no, they've been really bad offensively.
This bottom of the order is garbage.
They scored 7 runs yesterday, which is
Chas McCormick got waived last year, and now he's batting 6th on this team. This is a terrible team.
Houston, for the record, by the way, scored less than 4 runs in 5 straight games, but luckily they scored 7 yesterday, so they can get back on track.
Anyway, people can now see it, but yeah, all that red, we're taking the Gore under too. So,
so you wanted Gore with the outs?
Gore under outs. Yeah, it's a rhythm power trend. We're going to take that.
And what was the number on that?
Plus 115.
Oh, and for that was 17 now?
Yeah. So I think it's great.
Yeah, so, I'm fine with that.
All right. How do I get there? I'm going to.
You have any other miscellaneous stuff you want?
Oh, are we in the miscellaneous portion?
Yeah.
Okay. Marlins DP parlayed with Boston DP, which I love. And it comes out to 2-1. Toronto to turn a DP, which starts in like 2 hours. Barrios is their DP guy. And when it comes up, I want the Mets, but it's not up yet. And as H Philly has been saying, yeah, like they're not doing that. I see Dustin Johnson. Thoughts on Gore over 1.5 walks and Nelson over 16.5 pitching outs. So I had looked at the walks last night. I like the under outs a lot more on Gore. Yeah, that's a really good call out by the ghost of our YouTube, which is you. That Paredes injury has killed the pop in that.
You're looking at the Houston lineup and like it feels like nobody can go yard at this point.
Yeah, well, he specifically can go yard in that stadium, which is great. Ryan Nelson over 16.5 pitching outs. I'll look it up for you. You guys get. Let me see this. Nelson. I mean, they let all these guys go, but it's sort of like he's fine. I mean, I don't know. I don't love it. Are they off tomorrow?
Are they off? Yeah, I think there are only 3 games tomorrow, so I'm pretty sure they're off. It's a very weird MLB schedule for tomorrow.
They're off tomorrow, so I'm not crazy about taking the over on Ryan Nelson's outs, given that they have the bullpen, that they could just kind of tank on that. Let me just see. Who is this? This is not accurate. Hang on one second. Nelson, I will look it up. This is a day game.
I think, yeah, pretty much all of them are day games, but yeah.
Okay, so
they play a 1 o'clock.
I mean, gun to head. It's not. I mean, wow, every right-handed pitcher goes over this. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I would do it in the underdog play. Actually,
We can get back to that.
There you go. Thank you, DJ. That's it. I would do this in the underdog play. I don't necessarily want to play it on its own.
Any other DPs or total basis you want to go for?
No, I'll post some stuff on my Twitter, but that's about it.
All right, there you go. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for our props. Before we get into the best bets and the underdog entry, a reminder that we are brought to you by our sponsor, which is Circa, because they're still hosting some of the biggest pro football contests in the world. Circa Million, Circa Survivor, Circa Rendissimo, over 200 million guaranteed prizes. Can't call yourself a true DGen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. Coming out SGPN with SGPN at the Circa contest weekend, August 1st to the 23rd, for an amazing weekend, including live shows and open bars. Plus, you get 15% off your stay at Circa with code SGP15. Contest open to everyone. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere. Adopt SGPN's official proxy at footballcontest.com. Use code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Fantasy because they're doing Best Mania happening all summer long. Give away $15 million in prizes, winning $2 million in first place. No waiver wire, no trade arguments. Best ball, best way to play fantasy football. Underdog is also available for pick'em entries, which we'll do in a second. You'll win up to 500 times your entry. Sign up though for your new account with the code MLB SGPN to get a special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1K in bonus cash. Underdog Fantasy promo code MLB SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through our props for the Wednesday card. Time to move on into our best bets for the show. Adam, what's going to be your best bet for the show?
My best bet for the show is the Iron Dome, baby. It's got to be Dean Kramer under 17.5 outs. It's a good bit. By the way, I'm sorry. I was just also looking at Mackenzie Gore, like off a cliff his last 3 starts. Like,
yes.
And it's early. I don't know if you bounce back on the road. So it's not, this is a terrible Gore spot.
Yeah, he might get destroyed.
Oh wait, it's saying hold on, maybe I did get let me just see something. Mackenzie Gore on the road. Oh well, actually never mind. His last 3 starts have been bad. Hold the phone here. His last 3 starts have been bad overall, but his last 3 starts on the road have been really good. I don't know though, man. Oh, you know what? It was a blip because generally speaking, on the road he's been terrible. So
I'll tell you what, while you pull that up and while you potentially use that for underdog, I'll just give out my best bet. So I am going to go with Robert. I'll go with the over 1.5 HRR at minus 125. I don't really need reasons to fade Taijuan Walker, but if you want to give me one, I'll appreciate it. He's been really bad last 2 starts, 9 2/3, 15 hits allowed, 5 home runs. Robert's been great. He's clearly auditioning. We saw what happened to Andrew Vaughn once he went to an actual baseball team. Maybe Robert's hoping for the same thing. But he's gotten motivated because he can get out of Chicago. So that's the only motivation he needs. But I like the spot for him. I think that it should be a good game for maybe an over. I think the wind's blowing out in Chicago for that game. But I do think that Walker's going to struggle. I like Robert's position in the lineup, batting 6th. And I do think that, once again, based on current form, he has gone over this in 8 of the last 9. So give me Luis Robert over 1.5 HRR as my best bet for the show. For underdog, for the entry, do we want to do anything with Gore?
Yeah, I would do. So there's by the way, Ron Acuna Achilles is out for the 2 to 3 weeks officially now.
Okay. I think it'll be longer than that, but there you go.
Okay, well let's do this under. Let's see. I want to see if there's any other ones. I like that play straight because it's like plus money. Evaldi under 17.5 outs. Okay, so I kind of sneaky like this. Angels are crazy.
They've been good in the series so far.
They've been really good in the series.
I mean, the Rangers only scored 5 runs. They had like 13.
Dude, every single righty goes under their outs against this team. Yeah, and it's a power trend. So let's do. Okay, I like that Robert look. Or do you want the Quan? Because you're.
We can do the Quan.
Okay, let's do Quan. What do you want to do? Quan.
It was the higher half a run.
Okay. Okay, higher half a run. What was the other one? The Nelson over outs.
Yeah.
Higher outs. And then power trend, we'll go Evaldi. I'm double dipping on this because I'm going to play that straight. Evaldi under lower pitching outs.
No, 17.5 or 18.5?
17.5.
Okay. All right.
Okay, it is. Wow, it's quite the payout. It's a 7.11. So let me start it over. Nathan Eovaldi, lower, 17.5 pitching out. That's a rhythm power trend. Stephen Kwan, higher, 0.5 runs, which means he just scores a run. Ryan Nelson, higher, 16.5 pitching out. Shout out to D Johnson. So I really like that one.
Okay, there you go. That's going to wrap it up for the
7.11. Wow.
Yeah, we'll be back once again later on in the week on Friday for the prop show. I'll be back later today for the Thursday game breakdown. Spoiler, there are only 3 games. It should be a very, very short episode. I'll be on your pod tomorrow to get into some trade deadline reaction.
Tomorrow night, we'll record it.
So that should be fun. But either way, point is hopefully enjoyed the show. A reminder, finding me on Twitter at Radio. Find him on Twitter at Rosenberg. Until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bats.